Valeria and I am 28 years old. I have a wonderful husband who loves me with all his heart and 3 young children. I am so happy that sometimes it even takes my breath away. But here's the trouble, my own sister's life hasn't turned out as rosy as I would have liked. She is 37 years old and has been diagnosed with liver cancer. Because of this, Larissa's husband left her and she was left with the disease alone. She went into complete remission and got married some time later. Which makes me doubly happy, because I love my older sister very much. Since childhood we were as thick as thieves. Always lived in harmony and friendship. But 2 years ago my life has changed dramatically. Even now I blame myself for my decision, but there is no going back. Long before the cancer, Larissa's uterus was removed, she became infertile. Her first husband wanted children very much, and when he found out that he had no heirs and soon the cancer, he left her sister. Her current husband, though he had a child from his first marriage, still would not refuse a second one. He really wanted a big family. So they began to look for every possible way out of the situation. At first the idea of adoption came up, but Larissa was frightened by the stories about bad heredity and number diseases. After pondering for a month, they came up with what they thought would be an ideal option. Larissa asked me to be their surrogate mother. This idea had been on her mind even before all the health problems. She had frozen her eggs back in her 20s, just in case, and she was right. Now she just had to find someone to carry her baby. And since I am an experienced mother and a blood relative as well, they began to talk me into it. For the first 6 months I was adamant. I felt sorry for my sister, but I had no idea how I could bear a baby under my heart and give it up, even to my own family, but in time I gave up. After all, the whole family jumped on me with the request not to ruin the family life of Larissa. Even my husband, after much prayer with Larissa, agreed. That's when I made my fateful decision. What not to do for the happiness of one of the closest people on the planet. Then everything happened very quickly. After in vitro fertilization I was in a good condition. My 4th pregnancy went easily and without any problems. Though my health was okay, mentally I was exhausted. Of course I didn't show my emotions to anybody, but after the first scan my heart gave out and I cried in front of my sister and her husband. I asked them not to show me the baby, because then I would definitely get a lot of stress. But alas, it could not be avoided because I soon felt the first stirring. I knew I would have to give up my baby. It was horrible. There couldn't have been a happy ending to this story for me. 9 months passed and I gave birth to a healthy baby girl. My sister wasn't present at the birth because she came down with the flu. Which, frankly, I was happy about. In my head, I even had a plan to steal the baby and run away with him, but I was stopped by my 3 children. And I made the painful decision to give up my baby girl. I was terribly depressed, and only worrying about my own children took my attention away from thoughts of the baby. I saw my niece almost every day. Larissa and her husband live next door. I used to go and visit them, and as an experienced mother I helped them with their troubles with Alinka, as they called my blue-eyed baby girl. Here Alinka is 1 year old now. Being with her is becoming more and more difficult and painful. So I told my husband about my suffering. In response to what I heard, was that I should not have agreed, since I knew that I would not be able to treat this child as a stranger. No one understood me. Now Alinka is 3 years old. I secretly hope that my sister's cancer will come back, and I will take over her child. These frightening thoughts keep popping up in my head, but I can't do anything about it. I want to take my baby any way I can.